friend. Hosanna. I give you strength, my friend. Hosanna. You walk the sea, my friend. We're gonna sail to victory.
Good day and welcome to our program, The Church and the Poor. I am Father Hayden Augustine of the Missionaries of the Poor, and I have today three of our visitors from the States. Charlotte Lee from Montevallo, Alabama, and Joanne Butke from Montevallo.
Yes.
Welcome, Charlotte and Joanne. And Eduardo from South Miami, Eduardo Montalvo and his entire family. And we will meet the family later on. So welcome Eduardo, welcome Charlotte, welcome Joanne. You've been here twice.
This is my second time.
The second time?
Yes, sir.
What brought you here the first time?
The first time, I was looking for something different to do in my life. My children were getting older and growing up and everything, and I wanted to do more because I was a stay-at-home mom at the time. And so, of course, I turned to my church to see what they had at the ministry fair, to see what I could get involved in and active in. And I went to the Table Jamaica Ministries of the
Which
Poor.
church is this?
This is St. Thomas the Apostle in Montevallo.
Okay.
And I saw that they were going to be gone the week of my birthday. And so I said, that's what I want. I want to go to Jamaica and do something for somebody else for my birthday.
What a birthday gift.
I didn't want the birthday to be for me. I wanted it to be for somebody else.
Right,
And so
right.
that's how I wanted to spend my birthday.
And did you enjoy your birthday?
It was the best gift I've ever given myself.
Oh, really?
Actually, I wasn't the one giving the gift to me. I got a very good gift that day, that week. I enjoyed it. And I was touched. And anytime I was asked to share during the week, I was always brought to tears. So for me to be able to talk without tears today. So,
And you've come back again?
I did. I've come back again.
For your birthday again?
Well, the week after my birthday.
Okay. Okay.
But this time I came back because I wanted to share it with my oldest son, Aaron, and my niece, Belle.
And we'll hear from them later on.
Yes. And I would like my whole family to experience it, but I was not able to do that this year.
And what has touched you this time?
What has touched me this time? Okay. It's hard to narrow it down, so I can... Just the same thing as last time. The openness of the brothers that touched me, to see how they are always so just open and free to, always smiling. I guess that's what the biggest thing was. Their glitter in their eye and the smiles, and how they never ever got upset. If they did, they never showed it. And that touched me big time, because in where we come from, people get frustrated quite fast. And so that was something that was a good gift to experience changes. And then the second is my first home that I went to, or apostolate I went to, was Bethlehem Place. And just the children touched me beyond words.
These are disabled children?
Yes, yes. And at first, I was very intimidated. It was out of my comfort zone. It was out of my comfort zone. So one of the workers let me fold towels and fold kids' clothes to get calmed down. And as I watched, but the first time that I touched the children and the smiles that they gave me, it was just pure God coming from their eyes. And I got comfortable, but that was the first thing. And the same thing, when I came back, I couldn't wait to get into Bethlehem to see the children.
Good.
And it was a good experience today.
Good, wonderful. Eduardo, your first time to Jamaica?
This is my first time.
You're from Epiphany Parish?
I'm from Epiphany Parish, and we heard Brother Alfred speak at St. Augustine Church when he was promoting a concert for the brothers in Miami. And it worked out perfectly, because we had been looking for about a year to do something. And our family, we really wanted to do something together. And actually, it's similar to Charlotte's story. My wife had received a gift from her mother for Christmas the preceding year. and she wanted to use that gift to go to Calcutta. And
It's a far way.
yes,
Far ways.
far ways, and we were never able to organize it. So the way God works and the timing, Brother Alfred showed up at church, and so I wrote right away to the brothers, and we were accepted on our spring break. I had wanted to go. We're a family of 6, but it worked out that 3 of my children had spring break. So, you know, there was on their spring break, I told them we were invited to an all-inclusive vacation in Jamaica.
All-inclusive.
Where there'll
Nice way
be
of putting it, eh?
yes, where there'll be singing and dancing and incredible experiences, and it was great. I mean, that's, you know, one of the things that I'm moved by is just seeing my family and how they responded, and, you know, 3 teenage children really embracing the brothers, really embracing the residents, and it's been blessings at every corner. Some that were expected, that the reasons why we thought of coming, and others completely unexpected.
Way past your expectations.
Yes. And
what centers have you visited?
I've
Bethlehem.
and the Good Shepherd,
Good Shepherd.
and then did the soup kitchen at Jesus Redeemer.
Okay.
And
which experience has stood out?
None stand out more than the others.
They
It's
all
just an
stand out.
accumulation of blessings raining down, because Bethlehem, of course, at the beginning is children. I love children. You know, so your heart just goes out to them, and seeing their smiles is a very obvious, immediate emotional response. But also seeing the workers, seeing the brothers, how joyfully they perform their work is very touching, because they do it every day. It's easy for a tourist to come and hold a child for a couple hours and then leave, but, you know, all the work that goes around it, the sweeping, the cleaning, the bathing, you know, hard physical work, challenging every day, and they do it without any complaint, joyfully. And to be among such brave people, to sacrifice everything to do this every day, is humbling. And you know, the children, again, something the brothers told us, and it's evident from the first days, you know, will be Christ to the children, and they'll be the face of Christ to you. And just getting down, you know, like I say, getting down and dirty, you know, putting your hands on a child's face and seeing the response, their eyes, you know, looking up to you, and just, you know, that open joy is something that, you know, the hardest of hearts is just be, you know, moved.
Jesus washing the feet would be one of the obvious instances in the scriptures of a humbling experience that brings tremendous joy and change and blessing on someone, isn't it? You know, which is what you do by doing humble works for people who are just helpless. You wash their feet, isn't it?
Yes, well, and literally, I washed feet, and shave at the Good Shepherd. I was able to shave some elderly residences, and you know, some men with, you know, tumors and growths all over their faces. So, you know, you have to be very delicate.
Navigate.
Yes, navigate and be very gentle. And it's a you know, it's a very intimate moment to be with another human being, where they're putting complete trust in you that you're not going to cut them, which, you know, was a little bit misplaced trust with me. Did a small nick, but to be able to shave them and put lotion on them, and, you know, feed them and brush their teeth and keep them clean is you know, very similar to literally washing the feet.
Yes, Eduardo. Joanne, have your experiences been similar to what we've been hearing?
Yes.
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 You've been here quite a few times.
This is my 4th time.
When was your first time?
4 years ago.
4 years ago. So you've been every
year.
Okay, it's a yearly pilgrimage. Yes. And what brought you back this time?
I just wanted to come back. I look forward to it each year, and I just wanted to come back. But in my first experience, I thought about washing the feet of Jesus. I mean, Jesus washing the feet. But then I thought, no, I am washing the feet of Jesus when I put lotion on them, and So,
And on this trip, what has stood out? What is the defining moment of this trip so far?
well, I agree with them that there's not anything. Each place is unique. Each place is different, and with different expectations, and so nothing has stood out more than any other. They're just wonderful experience.
Good. The brothers have a pretty active prayer life.
Yes.
You want to describe some of that to us? I mean, getting up at 5:30 in the morning and chanting the liturgy of the hours.
Yes.
You know, how has that gone down with you?
It's a great way to start the day. It is early, but it's a great way to start the day. The singing is wonderful, just very joyful. I've never been any place else in the world more joyful than here.
Azariah, bless the Lord.
Mishael, bless the Lord.
Israel, bless the Lord.
Priest of God, bless the Lord.
All you servants, bless the Lord. Spirits and souls of the just, bless the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Exalt him, you people, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Exalt him, you people, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Exalt him, you people, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
You know, our motto is joyful service, isn't it? The Latin is Servitium Dulce cum Christo Crucifixo, which means joyful service with Christ on the cross. And, you know, people would ask, how can this service be joyful? It's hard work, it's humbling work, it's out of our comfort zones, I guess. You know, even us, we can do probably simpler work, but or easier work, but it does bring joy, you know. Charlotte, have you experienced that joy in the work?
I have, and it is simple just to see them smile when you say their name. The children again, to say their names, to see their face light up, it is very joyful. And as many smiles as I give, I can never give as many as they give back. I mean, I always walk away feeling like they gave more to me than I gave to them. And talking about the prayer life. That was something I took away last time. I realized I had a lot of improvement I could do in my own prayer life, and I enjoyed the different times of day and everything. And so I actually looked up the liturgies of the Word.
Okay.
I must admit I didn't know about them before I came last year. But then you can get an app on your iPhone, and so I use them every day myself.
Really?
I may not be as faithful as all, but I try to do the morning and the night.
Right,
And
that's a lot.
But I was it helped. I see where it helps the brothers daily, because it helped me rejuvenate, and even with little sleep, especially the first couple of nights when I couldn't sleep. But the prayer life does. It helps you and it picks you up. And,
Yes. It's of one piece, you know. It's prayer that leads to the work, and the work leads you back to prayer. You know, it's a cycle. It's an endless cycle of prayer and work, and each informing each other, each shaping each other, each influencing each other, you know. St. James says in his letter, faith without works is dead, and works without faith is equally dead, you know. And I think that's what we try to combine in our timetable, in our lives. Eduardo, what about the prayer life of the brothers?
Well,
Has it been grueling?
No, I think the timing of the liturgy of the hours with the work is well placed, because you get to work, and while you're working, reflect on the readings, and the readings are, you know, always very powerful and very direct. And as you know, in anything, you know, evil will work its way into anybody's heart as aggressively as possible, and it's a way to come back and ask the Lord's help every few hours too.
Yes. Then Eduardo, you brought your family on an all-inclusive, you said.
Yeah, all-inclusive Jamaican vacation.
Right. Your wife, Michelle.
Yes.
Can Michelle say a few words about this great vacation?
Well, I was, since the beginning, I always wanted to go to a mission and get down and dirty. So I was very excited when the brothers answered that we were able to come, for spring break. And since the beginning, I've, every time I'm learning, lessons from the brothers and from the residents, only with the love of God, you are able to do, this job and to give, to the community. And trusting God, you're able to do things that you never thought you could. And for me, the one that has, really touched me was the Good Shepherd. And when I went inside, I thought I was not going to be able to do it. And but I'm always positive, no? But when we entered the office, I sat down and there was a picture of the Divine Mercy. Jesus, I trust in you. And I saw it and I told him, Jesus, I'm here because of you. And, I need you. And I'm trusting you. And immediately I was able to do it in a loving way, which is, how you want to do it, no? And looking at the faces of the residents and looking at you, and I was able to see Jesus through them, no? With, so much love and the way they look at you and they, it was really beautiful
Good, Michelle,
to experience that.
Eduardo Jr.
Well, this has affected my life a great way. In the beginning, when I first learned about it, I immediately didn't want to go because as a teenager, I wanted to spend my spring break relaxing and, playing Xbox, watching TV. And so I was sad. I didn't really want to go. But then in the end, I'm like, okay, it may change my life a little bit. And it may be a great experience. So I came with open hands, willing to help.
Like your sister.
The first day, we really didn't do anything except pray because we came at 1 o'clock. But the second day, I went to go to Bethlehem. And the first thing I see is the children laying down, looking everywhere with their eyes, all bright and open. And I walk around, and they're all saying, pick me up, and holding their hands out. And it struck me, deep. Because I didn't really know all about Jamaica, and I didn't know what to expect.
So it has passed your expectations.
Yeah.
Great, wonderful, Eduardo. And then next to you is Christine. Kathleen.
I'm Kathleen from New York. And
From where?
New York.
New York.
And this is my 4th trip.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're a veteran.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
And I tell people I come because I said this before, that I see the face of Christ when I come here. I find Jesus. I find it in the brothers. And I find it in the residents.
Yes.
And I say it fills your soul. It fills you up. And you bring that home with you. And,
Good, Kathleen. Wonderful.
and
Which
we're-
part of New York are you from?
I'm originally from Staten Island.
You're the heart of it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's actually, when I tell people, people ask me, you're going on vacation, where are you going? I say, I'm going to Jamaica. And
Right.
they say, what resort are you
Which
staying
resort?
at? But it's actually a great opportunity to
A
tell...
great JR.
Yeah. But I get to tell people about the brothers and the work that they do and
Yes.
about our faith, like what it really means. And, the brothers live the Beatitudes, and you can explain that to people. People are actually very interested in it,
Okay.
because it's the Catholic faith at its best. It's what our faith really means, is what you do here.
Wonderful.
So it's very edifying to us to see that, and it helps us when we go back
Great.
to live out our faith.
Great, great. Then Charlotte brought your son,
I did.
Aaron. Aaron, come, say something.
My name is Aaron Lee. I'm Charlotte's son. I'm 22 years old. I'm a fifth-year senior at the University of Alabama in Huntsville.
Okay.
My mom told me about this back in January. She said it's going to be over your spring break, and I'd really like for you to come. And I was thrilled that she'd asked me, because right now I'm preparing to go to medical school and become a doctor, and so I've got a passion for people, and I was just so excited to be able to come down here and work with the poorest of the poor that you guys work with. I would have to say the biggest thing that has touched me was actually within the first 2 hours of us being here. We drove from the airport, drove through some of the roughest places in Jamaica, straight through the heart of Kingston.
Correct.
And you come into the centers, and they're like little oases. They're just so peaceful, so nice, and it just gives you hope, because as I'm young, I'm on social media, and there's a lot of people talking about how they don't have faith in humans anymore. They don't have, they're losing faith about people, and this just gives you hope that you can see what God's word and what His work can do. You can have the roughest place in the world. Kingston is great, but there's a lot of violence.
Yes, there is.
And for there to be places so nice in the middle of places like this.
Father Honang has said, where it is darkest, the light shines the brightest. I'm putting it very awkwardly, but when the light shines the brightest, where there's the most darkness. This is the new evangelization. This is the time for the church to understand that we have to really open up, our homes, our sanctuaries, our churches, our chapels, our lives, to the poor. I think that's what Pope Francis is teaching us, in spectacular ways, perhaps, ways that we didn't expect a Pope to do, But I think that's what I have learned personally through Father Holang, has been doing it, the founder of our society. From the very beginning, I saw him do that, go places that I wouldn't expect a priest to go, walk in places that I wouldn't expect a priest to walk, go to the prisons, go to the slums, do what Jesus did. And I think that's what I have learned, and that's what I think we have all learned, in this time, to walk with Jesus and discover a whole new world where we truly experience salvation. So thanks for coming and sharing your experiences and your faith with us. And come again next year and bring more families and more parishioners. Yes. Thanks for viewing us on the Church and the Poor. God bless you.